ancestral father of the Yoruba people. Adara is replete with a prayerful tone all through. Refrain, Ashe, Ashe, Ami, or Amen. Adara.
Okay, now, Obi Botango, Asuko Leo. I'd rather go. Look well. I just say, Lay your low. I don't let your tell. I don't let tell. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yes. It's another great day today, Sunday on Evening Motion. It is another brighter day here in England on Evening Motion, Big Rich Media House. Today I'm with your personal person and with Mama Bumi, Iya Bumi, Olua Bumi. And I believe today you're gonna meet us and see what we've got for you today. And me and Oluwabumi live from Big Rich Media House. On this evening motion on Big Rich Media House, today is gonna be a lot. Hi, Oluwabumi.
Everyone, viewers all over the world, welcome to another interesting edition of Evening Motion on Big Rich Media House. It's fun and it's lovely having you in the house today, Mr. Big Rich. How have you been? How is your weekend? And how have your Sunday been?
It's been great.
How is the weather over there? Hope you are not feeling too much cold.
I can't complain. It's already in the body, and the system you can change it.
Have you taken some coffee? Have you had some coffee or a bag
I'm gonna
of
show you
tea
the
to warm up?
cup of coffee. I'm gonna show you. I'm having my coffee. Yeah.
That's very good. Good. It's a lovely weather here anyway in Wales, and then we are trying to cope. We're enjoying the weather. It's a bit windy and it's a bit cold, but we're trying to cope.
Yeah, I think here in London here it's not that cold today. Yeah, we can still, you can still come out with not that deep jacket, not with your thermal wear, at least.
Okay.
It's not that chilly the way we might be thinking. So today our weather is a little bit friendly, and which I believe people in London here will enjoy. It's not, and the funniest thing is suddenly we started seeing something like the sun shining. Just keep
Oh,
when I say when I set my eye on the sunset, I said, "Oh wow!" Suddenly, it just vanished. You don't see it again. So
wow.
and yeah, that is it here in London. Here, wait.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's hear the music of Baba Julius Orlando. Much more.
Julius Orlando, nice one.
And that is the music of Julius Orlando Ekemode that we're pumping in with it today on Big Rich Media House Evening Motion. Let's go.
Emotion, yeah.
Yeah, once again, hello everyone. I remain yours, largely Mr. Big Rich. And people call me Big Rich, right? So you call me Big Rich. Why did they call me Big Rich? Anyway, I'm
Mr.
yours.
Big Rich.
I remain yours on this show today. It's gonna be me and Oluwabumi on this program today. So I remain yours, and I believe you will enjoy us today together. And
it's promising to be interesting, entertaining, and educative.
Let
We're going to make
know
sure
who you are, Bumi.
My name is Oluwabumi, and I'm in the studio today with Mr. Big Rich Lajiri. Yeah, we are going to share you up today on the program today. We are going to talk about a very, very important topic that has to do with our day-to-day activities, especially for those people migrating from one country to another country. So we are just going to share some tips, and then we are going to profile some advice, and then we enlighten ourselves on what we can do to abide with the rules and then the regulations of moving from one country to another country. And the program is going to be interesting anyway, so we just want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy every bit of the program. With me in the studio is Mr. Big Rich, which we are going to be moving the floor together. Mr. Big Rich, how far?
Yeah, not that too far. Yeah, let's keep enjoy this Ike Monday music while you're seeing your person who say Oluwabumi on your screen. And that's the music of AK Monday Julius Baba.
Very nice.
Kí Olúwa kó tẹ́ wọn sí afẹ́fẹ́ rere. Yeah, today I'm with Oluwabumi, and we're gonna be chatting something important, something great today, and I believe you will learn. But please, before then, can you please share this program? Subscribe to our channel and follow us wherever you are in the whole world. Why not?
Please kindly subscribe to Big Rich Media House on YouTube.
Why not go and click now?
YouTube. You can watch us on WhatsApp. You can check us out on Instagram. Please, please, please kindly share and watch the program as we're on live now from the studio. Please kindly share and watch.
Yeah,
It's
share and
promised to
watch.
be interesting, entertaining, and we're going to bring out the best of the topic today and make sure everyone is relaxed and everyone enjoy every bit of the program today. Please kindly share the link. Very, very important. Please kindly assist to share the link around with families and friends.
Yeah, which is, I believe, the more, if you want to show some love, why not do it now? Come on, show some love. Don't be like, oh, no, no, no. The more you're doing this, you're helping us. You're
Please show
appreciating us.
some love.
So when you show some
Show
love,
some love to your guy, to your boy, to
you
Mr.
know,
Big Rich, and show some love to me, Oluwabumi. Please kindly share.
do a little you can do. Come on, come up, do some great thing. Let people know what we're doing. We can't do it alone. Without you, we're not here. We're only here because you're there. So, and we want you to. We are here to entertain you, and to educate you, and you know, to share things that me and you know is in our community, within our community. So why can't we share? Why can't you share? As I used to say, let your friend know about it. Big Rich Media House.
Please share so that we
Subscribe
can all
to this channel.
enjoy and
and
get yourself entertained with everything we are doing, every bit of everything we are doing on the program. Kindly tell a friend to tell a friend, and kindly tell a family to tell a family. Subscribe to Big Rich Media House.
And one thing I want people to understand is you're not losing anything anyway, right? Subscribe and follow our page on the Facebook, Big Rich Media House, and subscribe on the YouTube channel, Big Rich Media House. We just want to grow. We're not just here for nothing. We're here to let people, at least, come on, let's share some experience together. Let's see what we can do to make things get better within our community. And some people might be lost. When you send such, then they can find themselves. So then they became lost and found. Isn't it, Oluwabumi?
Yeah, that's it, Mr. Big Rich. They need to help us subscribe so that we can have a lot of viewers watching us. We want to keep you entertained, and we want to keep everyone aware of what is going on our daily basis in the environment, in our society, and there are issues and things that has to do with us, so we can enlighten ourselves, talk about issues around the community, and bring out the best in each and every one of us. Please kindly tell someone to subscribe today. It's very, very important, and we promise to always try our best to bring out a good content and a good discussion, a good topic to brighten up your day and your evening on Evening Motion every Sunday. Please and please and please. Thank you.
That is it. On our side, do your part, and we will do our part on this program on Big Rich Media House. Let's go. Today it's gonna be something different, and as Bumi said earlier on, he said something about abiding to the rules of that nation that you're coming to, or to that country, the new country you bump into,
relocating to.
Okay, now with a little experience, the things that we've on my own side now in this part of the world where someone like me reside, and I've come across a lot of things. We've read it on the news, we've watched it on the social media, that people, when they come to this part of the world, they started doing some silly things. Like there's some things that you can practice where you're coming from, even though if you can practice that in where you're coming from, there's no way you pump into this kind of world that, you know, we're in Western world. If you know you've got something great where you're coming from, and you know it's just for yourself, just keep it where you're coming from and wait until you understand the rules of whenever you want to pump into. So if you're going to somewhere like coming to England here, right? You know, England have got their rules. and they've allowed everyone, right, to exercise their culture in this part of the world. UK is one of the best country in the world that can allow you to do some things on your own, as long as that give peace to the community. They will allow you, as long as you're helping your community, your neighborhood with it, as long as you're not violent or even violate the rules of that land.
You're not violating the rules.
You got no issue. But this day, what do we see? We see people coming from far away, coming down here and started practicing some things that
it's not acceptable.
If we know that where we're coming from, we're happy with it, whatever we're doing there, then it can be good for your own best, right? For your own interest to stay wherever you want to. You are, rather than pumping into a nation. I've seen a lot of people, crossing the border, even spend a lot of money to get to this kind of nation or a country. End of the day, when they go there, they turn to something else. Then they become a criminal. So instead of why can't you, instead of you stay where you're coming from and practice whatever you think you can practice, which you believe you got freedom there. So, but you coming down to a nation whereby there's a rules there in which you still have to follow the rules. But when you get there, you try to impose or you try to do some things that can affect your community or the environment, even your family. Think about it. What do you think, Oluwabumi, in that?
You've said a lot of things. You've said a lot of points. You have a lot of points, because as a person, when you want to reside in a country, probably you are moving from your country, outside your country, to a new country, especially the Western country. There are some things I believe one has to take as a step. You have to take the first step is you need to make research. You understand? Because I'm going to a place I've never been. You understand me? And then I need to make research. Okay, this environment is different from where I'm coming from, because I'm a black person and I'm coming to a white country. Definitely the culture, demographic, environment, geographic, everything is different. One thing to be to take consideration of is making research of where you're going. At least have an insight. Oh, this place I'm going, this is how things are done there. You understand? You find out that, okay, this is how they drive in this country. This is how they move, the kind of transport system they have, the kind of money they spend, their rules. You understand? Like back in our country, you find out that when you go out, even if you don't plan, it's unplanned for, you go out, you still find a means to get yourself to where you are going. You understand? Unplanned. You can get a motorbike, you can get a keke napep, you have so many options. But coming down to a country where they don't practice such, you have to make research and find out, oh, this place I'm going, they don't do this, they don't do that.
The aspect you're looking at it from.
Yes, you are, because you can't just come to a place, not your country, not a place you've stayed for like a year, 6 months, and start constituting nuisance there. It's not really good on your part, because by coming there, and then it's as if you are breaking their laws, because you can't just eat and then think you can just throw. Maybe you eat something, you just want to throw some, you want to litter the floor. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe probably you just believe you can just get your way and just get to the train station. You get train without not working with time. You have to understand where you are going. Okay, they are like, every Sunday now, the stores close by 4 o'clock. In my country, it's not like that. But you find out that if you really need something, if you want to get something important for you on Sunday, by 4 o'clock, if you don't meet up, that means till the next day. So I mean those kind of things that you need to know. And then you can't just come to a country and then you just say, okay, because you drive in your country, yeah, you have a car, so you want to start driving in that country without following the lay down rules. Okay, this is what you need to do, you need to do this, you need to do that. Some people just come into a country and leave because they drive in their country. They just get a car and they start driving without asking for probably where to go, what will I do. And even you find out that some people just even come to this country, they want to get a house without knowing there are some steps you take before you can get on, like in Nigeria where you just meet with an house agent, you get a house, you move to the apartment. It's two different things. So what people need to put in consideration is, I'm going to a place where I've never been. You need to research. You need to make your research yourself. Because when I was coming to Wales, I've been in England, I've been in London before, but when I noticed I'm coming to Wales, not Wales, I had to take my time to check about the country. I read about their geographical nature, the nature of their weather there. I read about their transportation. I read about their stores. I tried to check a lot of things. You understand what I'm trying to say?
And that is
and then
you.
By doing this, like in like 60%, it helped me. I won't say it helped me overall, and it helped me to not to break so many rules. Let me put it that way, because I have known that, this is what I need. This is what I need. This even for my own benefits, because I find out that the weather is more wet, is more cold than England. You understand? So I understand so many things. I understand the things I need. Then their transport system is not the same as we have been. You understand? I've stayed in London before, but considering the fact that it's the same United Kingdom, I still have to check about the other country I'm coming. That's what I'm trying to explain.
That's the aspect where you're looking at it from. But on my own, I was trying to match this together with the way of living, right? The environment or the community you belong to.
Yeah.
Like, we've got a lot of people pumping into this country from different part of the world. Different
countries, yeah. Right. Part of the world.
And when they, if you're coming from, like someone coming from, for instance, where I come from Nigeria now, someone coming from Nigeria. In Nigeria, right, there are a lot of things that we don't benefit there. There are a lot of things that you don't see the way you're seeing it here. Like a lot of things we lack that we don't enjoy, right? But pumping into this kind of system, someone, if I'm coming from a system which seems to, I don't want to say anyway, that is not working. That let's say that where you're coming from a system that never work, that is not working at all, and pumping into a system that is working fine, then you got everything you need, your family, you enjoy here and there, everything is fine, and end of the day you see yourself as the king of that land. Why not, if you're permitted to do that?
You're permitted to do that.
But what happened to your behavior? What happened to your common sense?
Okay, right? You want us to look at the behavioral aspect of it.
Yeah, because this is what happened. Before we can see people who can, before your community can gain some great thing from you, you might have to be someone who got a great orientation from wherever you're coming from. who is
Yeah.
ready to help the community. And one thing about this country is they don't want to know where you're coming from. As long as you're useful, you're helping your community, you're not never causing a great nuisance.
You are not creating a nuisance in the environment.
In your environment, right? You're good to go. But what do we see now? We see people coming with different religion. We see people coming with things that you don't want to mention, right? And when they pump in here, even most people we don't even know the refuge. They come as a refuge into the country, and then they become something else, right? So this is where I'm going now. Like people like that, if I know that if I get to a city in which they've got their rules, I'm not going to be able to cope or to abide with whatever they've got there. Then I stay wherever I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I've said this. I said a lot of people spend a lot of money to come to this part of the world. Some people even come through. They came in through the tunnel or they risk their life in various ways. Some people, if people started telling you their experience before they pump into such country, you will be saying, wow, it's a lie. No one can do this. But trust me, it happened. Right? I got a friend, this guy came from Sierra Leone, and in the day when there was a conflict, where there's a war in Sierra Leone. And the way the guy traveled to United Kingdom, when he explained everything, I was even thinking, are you sure it's not magic? So someone like that, when he pumped in here, he said to himself, this is a new life. He said to himself, I am a thug. I'm a crook where I was coming from in my city. He said, but now I've got here, I need the better life. Then he started behave nice. This guy, he wasn't a Christian, right? He was a Muslim then. But when he pumped in here, he said, not because of the religion, but he just want to be a new man. Then he started going to church. Then he said, they started calling him brother this, brother that. And he sees the way they approaching him. He doesn't want to be like, he dropped all this bad behavior that he's carrying all the way. And he became a new man on his own. So people like that, they were ready, right, to abide and to live in this kind of world peacefully. And this is what, don't forget, a lot of people pumping here, they don't even think about their future, because even where they're coming from, they haven't got future. And they got opportunity pumping here, get to this kind of world, and instead of be a good man, the guy doesn't practice Christianity now. He's practicing is Muslim. He's a real Muslim now. But still yet that doesn't stop him to be who he is, because when you realize that the kind of life that he has been living in the past wasn't his originality, so he changed it. It became something great, and that is the aspect I'm trying to look at.
You're trying to talk about. You find out that according to what you've said, the behavioral aspect of moving into a country and abiding with the law. So we have a lot of people that once they come in from any part of the world they are coming from, they always forget that where you are, they have their own rules and they have their own regulations that bind everything they do. Some people just forget. They forget that, oh, this is the lay down rules here. We have to follow it. So they just, at the end of the day, when they get to the middle of the road, they find out that, oh, they are not getting it right, because they are not really looking out for the best thing they need to get here, because they are not really interested in what they've laid down here for them to follow. You understand? They just want to do things in their own way. They are not interested in everything they've made here. The same lackadaistic behavior they've had where they're coming from, they ended up having it here too. And they ended up behaving the same way they behave in their country. And at the end of the day, it's have a negative impact on them. Because when you get to a new place and you find out that this is what they do, this is how they move, and then you still refuse to follow the lay down rules, their principles and everything, then you end up having a negative effect on yourself, because you can never be a good version of yourself. It's when you know the right thing to do and you do the right thing, that is when you can enjoy your stay, or that is when you can enjoy all the amenities and everything they've provided for you. But if you don't know what you're doing, how do you even want to know you have a benefit to take? Because if you don't, you come into a place and you don't even calm down, you don't get relaxed to know what is happening in your ambience, the environment, you understand, the community, to even view things, you understand. So there is no how you can get any useful information, and there is no how you can get a benefit. You can never get any benefits. Instead, you're going to be losing out, because you fail to take your time to check out things happening there, to understand that, oh, this is how things supposed to move, this is how it's supposed to be. You need to forget where you're coming. You understand? You need to forget whatsoever thing you are doing there.
Where you're coming
because
from.
This is a new place. You see it as if you are starting your new life. This is where you are, as if, when they give birth to a newborn baby, starting their life. Oh, you are starting from like a new beginning.
Okay.
And that is what so much of us did not realize, because you can't just believe that the way you behave there is the same way you behave here, because this is a Western world, and this place is not meant for one person. You come in, understand the place, and live your life. It's fine. If you have everything it takes to stay here, you understand, and then you'll be fine. But you can have everything it takes to stay here without understanding what they do here, the culture, the environment, everything. You still fail out, because you are not taking your time to understand the environment, the community, and the country in which you belong to and where you want to stay.
Okay, let's take it this way again. There's some family that moved from one country to another for a better life, right? And such family, when they pump in, or when they get to where they moved to, then their children started behaving, bringing out uncared attitude, or some behavior that doesn't give the family rest of mind. And the parents will be watching them, looking them doing that stupid things, and it will be hard for them to control. In this part of the world, you don't have to beat someone before you can control them. Before you can even manage. You
can correct them. Yeah.
Before you can correct
they
them.
Need to beat before correction. Yeah.
But when you're still using that mentality of where you're coming from in this part of the world, then that children will become something else. In that aspect, do you think when we migrate from one place to wherever we're migrating from, and pump into this kind of world we're living, do you think the system 40, or we as a parent, or as in maybe Africa, Asian, or wherever you're coming from in the world, is the problem?
No, in that case, Mr. Big Rich, you have your children in your country, you understand, and you're bringing them down. You are relocating
Yeah, but
to
don't
another
forget
country.
where you're where you're bringing them from. You used to smack them, like
Yeah.
tell them.
Yes,
they're-
that is what I said earlier, that we need to make research and understand where you're coming. You've made your research, you find out that you can't beat your children here, you can't spank them.
Then before you move
Things
them,
like that.
you should started
Before years,
doing something great within the family
what
now.
I believe we can do. We are an African, and we know how it takes to train children, our child in Africa. Sometimes when you talk to them, you don't need to beat. You won't say because you are in a Western world, then you just leave your kids, you leave your children, and then what happened? Because I notice once some people get here, that parental care, that they neglect it. They just leave the children to stay on their own because the environment and the community, the country permits them to stay to have some a higher level of freedom. You understand what I'm saying? Even if the environment permits it, the community permits it, the school permits it, but as a parent, we don't need to neglect our own personal the personal face for us to guide our children. You understand what I'm saying? Fine, if they can have their freedom, what is your own responsibility as a parent? Your responsibility as a parent is to talk to your child, to groom your child, to train your child. It doesn't matter what the environment wants or what the environment says you should do or the rules the environment is having. But one important thing is you shouldn't neglect your responsibility as a responsible parent. And sometimes you can be responsible, you can groom your child, you can train your child and still have some fault in them. That is natural.
So people
but
who are bringing
in this instance, parents should not neglect their personal responsibility on their children.
That is people who are already here. What about people? What the kind of problem we're having is
the same thing applies to them. I'm coming in, and I know the country I'm coming in does not permit me to beat my child or spank my child. I know already before coming into that country. As a parent, I know what I can do to handle my child. If I want the best for them, probably I want to bring out the best from them. And I know where I'm going does not permit, it gives them more freedom. Even not to even listen to their parents, not to give to their advice. But in that case, you should get prepared. You should prepare your mind that once we are getting to this environment, I need to increase my parental responsibility on them. Because if you neglect that or you fail to do that, then it's going to tell on the children. So if you are giving your children like 50% attention when you are in your country and you are moving to a country that gives the children freedom, then you have to increase it like 80%. Because I think that is the only thing that can help as a parent. That is the only thing that can help.
What do you mean by increase it by 80%? Because
because it's not there in our
in the system whereby you can beat, you can smack, you can do this, do that with the children. But when you get to a system, when you get to a system where you can do such, do you have to wait until you get into that system before you started training your children the way they should? Because what we have in it, kind of person, someone who know how to shout on someone before they can understand what he might be saying, and someone who have to smack, or someone who have to use eye contact, right, before someone can correct an issue, right? And if possible, my advice is this: if possible, if you're moving from one place to another, as you said earlier on, that learn the rules of that land you're going to. Know much more about it before you, before yourself, talk less of bringing the larger family, right? If we can do that, then you will help yourself, you help your community and your neighborhood. Because most of the children, I know in this part of the world, all the children, some children are so funny, they act so silly. But mostly that we see doing some silly things that we don't want to see is people who come from one nation to another nation. People who migrate from African, Asian, mostly are the people who always involved in such. You see them. I don't want my children or my child to be to mingle with people who haven't got a better life. So I don't want to. I don't even have to get home and started doing some silly things with them. No, I have to let. There must be an elementary. There must be a primary way of training them, telling them, because if you started doing it early, that can be okay. But when it's too late, how can you correct it? You won't be able to, because when it's late, it's late. We can occupy our children with lesson. There are a lot of online, online lesson. They can search as long as you go, internet, wherever you're, even on the mobile phone. Instead of them to be busy with some silly things on there, there's nothing stop the kids to play games or doing be a little bit. I mean, don't stay longer on the social media or whatever they're doing. If you can guide them and they can see the kind of freedom or benefit they enjoy, they will listen to you. They will listen. But I don't want you to be one of the parents who are bringing their children here. Some have been killed. Some have been jailed.
So bad.
Some are still struggling. Why do you want to be one of them? Make your way. Make things work as early as you can. So if you're yet to pump into the system, you're coming from far away, wherever you're coming from in the old world, coming to this part of the world, right? And you're coming to enjoy the system, the working system, because UK system is working. That's what people love to pump in here. So if you know you go where you're coming from, the system fail to work, and you're pumping into a system that works, help the system. Do whatever you can do to help this system that is working. How can you help? I want to hear from you, Bumi.
Well, Mr. Big Rich, there are so many ways especially we that we are migrating in from other countries. There are so many ways we can help our community. The one thing is, it doesn't take anything to be responsible and to be useful. You understand, as I said earlier, it doesn't cost you anything to be responsible, to be useful, and to be a successful person. So what I can say about that is, you can just look out to your environment. Look out for things you know you can do that is going to bring an improvement to where you stay, to where you are. Even within yourself, you can think of so many things that you can impact on so many people. Not only people of your color, not only people of your tribe, not people from your country. You can do so many. You can come up with so many programs, so many trainings. So you just think about things you can do to improve the society, to improve your community, and also you have children around. You have religious environment around you. You can look at things you can do to improve people. Look out for things to do. You can organize seminar. You can organize, as I've said, it doesn't matter. It's not going to cost anything sometimes. When you have a group of people around you, you can be a good influence on them. You can talk to people. You can organize a motivational talk, a speech. You get to talk about things that is going to turn people life around. You know, especially people passing through a lot, people that they are depressed, stressed, going through emotional breakup, mental health. You know, you understand what I'm saying. There are so many things we can do within ourselves to help our community, to help our religious movement, to help our circle, to help our friends. Because when you come in from your country to another country, you have to make the avenue for yourself to be free and to be successful. You understand what you can't just sit and like, you have to make things work. You have to look at what you can do aside from, okay, you have your own job, you have your profession. Think of other things you can do to impact on people positively. Let me say that, because people can do things that they will impact on you in a negative way. But let's just be kind in anything we do. As I've said, you can just walk up to a religious environment, organize seminar, organize motivational talks, organize training, look at what you can do.
But in that aspect, where you're talking from, like, it's good. And I believe a good relationship with God can build a better community or a better world, or a better tomorrow. Yes. But what do we see now? We see deceivers. We see people who just want to gain things from the government, from the community. They don't want to give back. So we got a lot of people who can talk, who can advise sweet mouth, who can tell you what to do, but they know where they're going. They never help the community. So on my own opinion, I would prefer you to build your home on your own.
Not to relent on anyone.
Do whatever you would want to do. You know, in those days, people can rely on the religious leaders. You can rely on the community, or the elders around you, the church or the mosque or whatever. But nowadays, no, you can't. You can't. We got a lot of leaders that abuse, sexual abuse people, do this, do that, harassment, different things now. And even we're just seeing ourselves in the world that you just have to be yourself. You have to be good to you know, when you trust yourself in a better way, not in the way you think you trust yourself and you're manipulating people, or you're kind of people, one of them who have got wicked heart. Right? If you're one of them, then you can help the community. But if you're being honest to yourself and you see whosoever you mingle with as yourself, then you won't be stupid enough to do some silly things within your community. Right? So that's why when you say all these motivational speakers that we're having now, even me, I can get up and do such. But it's not my way of life. Right? I love people who can build a nation, people who can build better tomorrow. I love people who can, you know, when we're born to make mistakes, there's no saint somewhere, right? But people who can do the correction when they made mistake, I love them. I want to see people like that. People who can see that, this is right. Think about someone who just get up in his own and go an evil mind. Today, I need to kill someone. Today, I need to dupe someone. Today, I need to make money and I'm not going to work for it. Today, this is, you know, this is kind of what we're living in. Mind. When we're having such community leaders or religious leaders who who know how to talk or brainwash people and manipulate their brain, and they adapt to whatever he says, that will be not good tomorrow for anyone. Look at what's going on around the world now. You see conflict here and there. People are committing different things that we don't want to mention. So in that case, my opinion is let's get up and see how we can help our community. If you're coming from far away or nearby to another city, another country, another town that is not your town or your city or your country, try as much as you can to abide. Don't join people who are saying, what are they doing? Don't join them who are saying, what are they doing? What's the problem? We own this. We have this. You don't have nada. Nada we don't have. If you have that, why can't you stay where you're coming from? If you want something and you can't have it where you're coming from, it's like me as a Celestian. I'm a Christian. In my church, we don't put on shoe on Sundays. Can I just come to this kind of environment, this neighborhood or this borough, and started shouting, everyone must be shouldn't put on their shoe when they want to go to church, right?
No.
Would that help the community? No. Because in this part of the world, you go what pleases you to do, and I got mine. So, and I'm not gonna. Before I even follow, before my mind or what people are telling me, I still have to check with the rules of that land, and look at myself and say, no, this country is. Someone even says some silly things that I don't understand. This country, this is how they're living in this country. If I'm gonna stay here, this is how I will stay. If I'm not gonna stay, then I have to go back to where I'm coming from. Simple as A, B, C.
Yeah.
So if you can do that, you're one of them that's causing big problem. So suddenly, if they remove you and send you back to where you're suffering from, and you're unable to enjoy what you enjoy, which problem is it? Is that my problem? No. Your problem can never. That's why it can never be my problem, because you face what you're facing. Yes. If you committed an offense, I believe before it's those guys that we read this different. I've read a book that the book advised me, right, not to follow the kind of religion I'm following.
Okay.
And so when I read that book, I sat down and I said to myself that, okay, let me do more research about the founder of this religion.
Okay.
Then I searched and I realized that you have to do some oath, right? And as long as you finalize and you're done with that oath, you won't be able to come back again.
Wow.
So if they said to you that today you have to deal with two people, 100% you have to do it. Then I said to myself, this is common sense. This is no religion. This is courtesy. Right? But how many people can think deeply up to that? If you're Christian, why are you Christian? Christ follower. If you're Muslim, why are you Muslim? Muhammad follower. Right? If you're Hindu, why are you doing that? Hindu followers. If you are doing that, why are you? You understand? So do things, search. If it pleases you, that's fine. But don't forget, you still have to abide with the rules of each country you're pumping into. If you're not pleased with the rules, vavum, they're not gonna stop you. I could remember some years back they were calling people, if you want to go back to where you're coming from voluntarily, give us a call. We'll take you down there without any charges. So if you're one of them, don't disturb the peace of this land, any land you're visiting or you're residing. Right?
Mr. Big Rich.
Yep.
We just need to advise each other. We need to advise ourselves when we get to a place that we know probably is a new environment, a new culture, a new community. We have to take our time to learn and understand the environment. It is very important, because if we don't do that, it's going to be a multiple stain on us. Probably people tag the country. It's not even on us alone. It's where you're coming from. They begin to tag you as this kind of person. You understand? And each time you get to a place, the way people will treat you, the way people will look at you, you yourself, you won't feel happy. You've not committed any offense anyway, but someone like you, someone from your country, your tribe, has committed an offense somewhere, has committed an atrocity somewhere, which is now in a way coming back to you. You understand that kind of thing when you get to a certain place, and the way they treat you, the way they talk to you, you feel so bad. And it's because of what our fellow people have done. You understand what I'm saying? It's just because, there are some of us, probably they've got into an environment, they've misbehaved, they don't even know what they are doing, they just behave anyhow, constituting nuisance, So when they see you, they believe, they are the same. You understand? Same. So no matter how you believe you're perfect, someone of your nature, someone of your country is dropping you off at the other side. So that's why we just need to talk to each other. We need to talk to ourselves. If you have anyone around you that you believe is a new migrant, is just residing in the community, in your country, in your environment, you can just talk to the person, have a chat. You see a way you can help, and you let people know about what is happening. This is what you should do. This is not what to do. When you are in the bus, this is what you need to do. You understand the way we behave outside, probably when we are outside our home, in the bus, in the store, in some public places. We need to educate ourselves about it, because it tells a lot about us that when you behave somewhere, and then people tend to see other people as if we are all same, we are all the same. They believe in such a nuisance manner. So that's why we just need to encourage. It's not easy, but we need to encourage ourselves. We need to talk to ourselves on daily basis. Because when I see people that's doing what is wrong, or I can see they are misbehaving, I try to talk to them. But some people will like, what's she talking about? Go and sit down somewhere, things like that. But we are not going to relent. We need to lecture each other. We need to talk to ourselves about abiding with the rule of anywhere you are going to. It could be anywhere in the world, not necessarily UK, not necessarily anywhere you find yourself. You need to abide with the rules and regulation. Everything they are doing there, you need to put into consideration that you have to follow the step. You have to follow their rules. Anything, anyhow, everything that is going on there, be it when it comes to their hospital, when it comes to their supermarket, when it comes to their public, anything they are doing, you have to follow the procedure. You can't just go to a place and just be jumping around and be causing nuisance there. It's not fair on other people, because the way they see you is the way they see other people too. They believe other people behave the same way you behave too.
Especially,
so that's why it's very important for us to enlighten each other, to call ourselves into order, talk to ourselves. At least we can advise ourselves, this is what you need to do, this is what we need to do, this is how we can do, this is how we can behave, so that they won't fall victim. Because anything can happen, Mr. Big Rich.
Anything can happen. People who come all the way from Africa, and when they go here, there's some things that when you do it in Africa, you get away with it.
Yes.
Or in this part of the world, when you do it, we've seen it on the news anyway. The gentleman of 25 or 26 that's asking a thing out and sending some silly messages to the girl, right? And you seem to be most useless and that word, I don't want to use it, person coming from where it means you've been practicing such where you're coming from. But why not, when you get to this country, when you leave where you're coming from and pump into this kind of country, all those things that you've been doing, right? You have to look for a hole and bury it there.
It even have to do with everything. Because I have an experience with a bank account, and then it was really funny. You understand? At the end of everything, it was resolved. But when I thought of it, I started to enlighten people around me.
What happened
They
to
tell
your
me
bank?
they want to do.
To the bank account?
Yeah, I actually assisted one of a friend to make a payment, and then at the end of everything, my friend is having issue with the third party.
Was he
You
here
understand?
only
The
or
person.
back home in Africa?
Yeah, it happens here. It happens here. So he had issue with the person. You understand? They had a personal issue that they really like. It's serious. The only thing my friend could do is to report to the bank, and then, some things we just do on, like, I'm doing her a favor. So at the end of the day, I had to, like, call, send email, just to prove myself that I only help. I'm only a third party. Fine, she sent the money to me, and I assist her to send to
So
someone
did they
to assist her
dupe
with
you, or
something.
they thought you're duping someone?
Yeah, they
Is it
thought I was
fraud?
duping someone. They thought I was committing a fraud, and it was not. Because the I know the rules and I know the regulations when it comes to banking. But getting here, it's a different scenario. It's part of what we're talking about. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So
It
at
does
the
make
end of the
sense.
day, I was able to resolve the issue. I tell my friends around me that, please, if you know someone is buying something through you, or someone is having any transaction to do through you, please don't do that
you're
again.
just bending it. Let's share from your experience. What was it that had gone through that way?
She wanted to buy something from someone I knew, but just because she
Online
doesn't know
or
the
just
person,
physical?
not online, the person, physical thing. The person is my friend too, but she doesn't know my friend. She now said, for like clarity, and then for like, she can't just pay that person in case if the person didn't give her the value of what she wanted, so that she I'm the middle person, just like a witness. When you want to buy something from
Okay,
someone,
you're the middle
you bet
person.
to someone. I'm a middle person. I just acted like a middle person. At the end of the day, the seller and the buyer clashed.
The experience I've got something like that is that's a Nigerian gentleman, right? Tried to sell something for me on eBay. So, and immediately I saw the name, I said, "Oh, this is great. This is Yoruba, right?" And that Yoruba name mixed with like Bendelite Yoruba. So I said, "Oh, that's great." Pumping. I started contact the person that we can do some bargain, like, because there is buy now option on it. So I click on the buy now, and the person say, "Okay, if you can come and pick it up, you don't have to pay for the delivery." That's sound great. And this happened to be outside London, according to the way he put it on the eBay. So we started he asked me to pay it. So I said, "This person won't take my money away." Then I said, "Okay, what I'll do is I'll pay at the collection. So I won't pay now." And he said, No. You have to pay. Okay, pay part
Payments
of the
before service.
He said, "Okay, pay part of the payment now." I said, "Yeah, with my PayPal I will pay." And he said, No, don't you see that I've put in there that PayPal or any other means of what's it called? It's not
Payment is not allowed.
acceptable. So you can only pay transfer straight on his account. I said, "My friend, well, we're from same city, you know. Tell me, are you selling this or you're not? So yeah, if I'm not selling, I'm not gonna put it here. So then I try to okay, I deposit into that account. So the money is around 200 quid. So I said, okay, that's fine. So I put in 20 pounds and I say, okay, I'm coming for. So then I started searching for the address he gave me. There's no attached. There's no number attached to that address. Then I started sending message to him that, okay, mommy, I'm expecting this. Give me the full address so I can come and pick up. He just off. Then I didn't know if it later on see my messages or not. I just put in that, thank God, I'm one of your Mugun today, you know. But thank God I only pay little. Well, that 20 quid is a lot. 20 pounds is a lot for me, I swear. But it's my money. Yeah. Right? So, and this is someone from my country. This is someone that can see my name. So it means they were targeting people. Since then, I don't see that name again. And that was when eBay used to be. eBay is safer now. eBay, you can't do such in eBay now. You can't even do such on eBay now. I don't know if people are still doing some silly things, but it's not safer then. And since then, if I want to buy anything, I use my paper. If you want to sell, it's your issue. If you don't want to sell, it's your issue. And what I'm trying to bring out is this is a person from my country doing that to your countryman. Doing that so if someone like that can do that to me, his countrymen, he can do 100 terms to someone, other people of other country, right? So what I'm trying to bring in is, wherever we're going, whatever we're doing, don't do it like you're spoiling people's life, like you're tarnishing the image of that country.
That's why I said that the other time. I said what you do when other people see people like you, they try to like place you the same way.
Like same. This is same, right?
So what I'm trying to say in essence, what I was saying before was that I learned something new. You understand?
Yeah.
And then I was able to encourage and advise people around me not to do the kind of thing I've done and not to fall into that kind of mistake, which I believe is going to work out for them. That if you have anything you want to do with anyone, let them do their transaction. Don't be a middle person. Yeah, let them do it on their own, because you are trying to be good, and at the end of the day, it's falling back at you. So it's part of the new rules. Their rules here is why are you a third party? Did you open your account to be doing a third party? Your account is for your savings and for you.
That is it. And that is how it works. So anyway, before we go, can you quickly Oluwabumi, can you quickly let people, what is your advice to people who are watching tonight, and who maybe people that are victim or people who are still planning of their evil doing?
Well, my advice for everyone out there, everyone watching us, you're planning to migrate to a new environment or you've migrated already. My advice is just for you to take your time, study your environment, check out for rules, principle, procedure, procedures that is guiding everything you want to do. And especially for people that doesn't like to listen to others, it's very important. Those people you met here, you're coming as a fresher. So those people that have stayed here for a very long time, if you have opportunity to meet with them, listen to them.
But there's still a lot of people who can mislead you as well.
But at least in a way, you can. If anyone wants to mislead you, it depends on your own knowledge and your wisdom. You understand? There are so many things you can cap from people. If someone is telling you about things, there are things you can cap that okay, this is useful for me, this one is not useful for me. But we can't overemphasize not listening to anyone that has been here for a long time, because there are some tips you can bring out from them. Because in a way it's going to help. And then some people tend to like, I will do my thing on my own. Sometimes it does not help. Sometimes it does not help. You have to find out, as I've said, make research. All these things we are saying is to have a smooth stay, and then not to, at the end of the day, you find out you are being stressed up, you are depressed, or you are not living the way you want to live, you are not having a good time. Because if you plan yourself, you'll be able to like have a good time. It's not easy relocating from a country to another country. I must say it. It is not easy.
That is
especially when you don't have good people around you that can assist you or that can help you.
Yeah, that's a great one for me.
Or enlighten you. So you have to take your time. It's not easy. I won't say it's easy. It's not easy. But we need to plan for the best. We need to think of the best thing for ourselves. So as we are coming in, or those of us that we are in already, we have to be careful. We have to go through normal plans, principles of the land, procedures, as I've said, the laws, everything. Just be careful.
Just be careful. Be careful.
Because
whatever you're gonna do happen in this country, be careful.
Just be careful, and anything can happen.
Things that can tarnish the image of where you're coming from. Even yourself.
Yeah, because
don't forget, if you bump into criminal record in this country, you're done. And Bumi, we're gonna call it a quit today until we come back
next week for having me today
same
on the
time
program.
Next week.
And thanks to everyone for watching us on Evening Motion. We hope you've enjoyed us today. We hope it's a bit entertaining, interesting, and educative. Thank everyone for watching, and we thank everyone for listening to us. We've really had a nice time on the program today. Thank you so much, Mr. Big Rich. I enjoyed having a chat with you on Evening Motion today. And thanks for celebrating me on my graduation day. I love you.
Wow.
That's really appreciate you.
In the beginning, I was going to say, congratulations to you, Bumi.
Thank you so much.
That's a great achievement. Now you're getting there, more than getting there. Some great thing is on your way. So once again, I say congratulations to you. And a shout out to Mama that came from all the way, Mama Omoniji, all the way from Nigeria, and to come and celebrate this with you. Also, to people who are who are celebrating their birthday this week, we shout out to them and we say happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
That's Modupe Adeniji. Happy birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to you. And Doro Candy and a lot of, and last time I said something about what's it called? We got a lot of celebrants, but we can't remember their names here tonight. But at least we celebrate with everyone who already
celebrate with everyone who have already had their birthday last week and this week and next week.
And next week to come. Next week?
We wish you a happy birthday.
In advance. Okay, that's a great one as well. So if we don't, please don't, because of that, say you won't share. Subscribe to this channel and share until we see next week. I remain yours. And that's Oluwabumi. Bye. And I remain yours, La Jire, Mr. Big Rich. Until we see next week on same program. Evening Motion
same
on
time,
Big Rich Media House.
Evening Motion on Big Rich Media House.
Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Till we see next week.